Hi, friends. It's Todd, and I'm so glad that you could be with us in worship today. Have you ever been on a roller coaster? Depending on how you feel about them, all those ups and downs can seem really exciting or downright scary. And in our lives, we have ups and downs too, good times and bad times, and how we feel about them depends an awful lot on our relationship with God. Now, in our Bible story today, we're going to be talking about Joseph. And Joseph definitely had some ups and downs in his life. When he was young, he was well loved by his mother and father, and everything was going well. But his brothers became jealous of him and sold him as a slave, and things were definitely not looking good. His master realized that everything Joseph did went well for him because God was with him. So he made him the manager of his whole household. But then someone lied about him, and he was thrown into prison. Now you might be wondering how Joseph was able to manage getting through all of those ups and downs. The Bible tells us it was because of his faith in God. Now, faith is one of those words you might have heard in the Bible, and people have different definitions, but I think this one is pretty good. Faith is not being able to see, but trusting in the one who can. You see, even though Joseph couldn't always see where God was leading him, God could see Joseph's future the whole time. And Joseph knew that God had been faithful to his father Jacob, and had been faithful to his grandfather Isaac, and even to his great-grandfather Abraham. And Joseph knew and trusted that God would be faithful to him too. When you read these stories about God in the Old Testament, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph, remember that he's the same God that loves you now. And when we read those stories and see how God has been faithful through all of those ages, we know that he will be faithful to us as well. Well, I hope you have a chance to read some of those stories this week. And remember that even if you can't see the future, God can clearly see through all your ups and downs. Well, that's it for this week, my friends. Now let's jump back on that roller coaster.